Locked in on the instrumental, I took back the key to this. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. What I'm saying, your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black. What I'm saying, people saying what's already been said. Predictions, I don't listen, it's already in my head, no funny. Your most hungry place, I was past that in 28. Underground tapes, as my ass cap in publishing states. As we slide in the G-Ride, I've been getting criticized, it's keeping me energized. Create with a business mind, I'm from where killers reside. A wild hood, only knew goons since my childhood. Say anything in they raps cause it sound good. Don't even mean what they say, horrible outlook. Y'all ain't really about this house. Y'all was in the house with it. We don't respect fake jewelry and silly outfits. Windows down, blowing out. Great tits, New York's J. Prince on Houston Street. I caught the bounce before my even bounced the beat. I took the hard way in it, man, it's the route for me. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Rams. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. Fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Dodges him at the 50. Fast footwork by Sanders. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, they certainly took too long to set up play action. That gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on, and they'll take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
First carry now for the Memphis man. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
Tell me I didn't just see these first 2 possessions. I mean, is this one of those cases of anything you can do, I can do better? Maybe not better, huh? Worse? Yeah, just a little bit. Very sloppy start. I think maybe a case of the nerves for both teams.
And now we're back to an even playing field. Well, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive, because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Again, it'll be Akers. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting third from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fourth down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal. Gay's kick is good. The Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. It's a golden field position there, squandered, as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
The Eagles' offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern a little bit. Whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He had 2 catches in the wild card game, and he's matched that total in the first quarter here in this one. And a first down as well. They're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On second and a couple. Hurts. And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
Now think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Brings up second and goal. The Eagles 43-yard line.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. That got some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake it at Stafford. This one swung out to Williams. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Stafford going to give this to Akers. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Henderson will try and run for the first. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Stafford. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, from what we've seen thus far, this is not a formula for winning football. When you have more turnovers than points stored, that's a tough way to try and win a game.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Sanders shaking and baking. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Here's Hurts to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
To try again after the sack. Hurts going deep here for Watkins. They've got his man complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He's brought down by Terrell Burgess.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play, but so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Up the middle, here's Henderson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Darrell Henderson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Rams will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point by Kane is up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are going to take over here up near the 40. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, Oftentimes, interceptions result.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on third down. Now it's Stafford. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Throw caught here by Byrd. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
A good down to possibly take a shot. And, in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on second and inches. Back to throw. Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football back at their own 17. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage.
And now here is another interception. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, they had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Stafford now to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing is Hurts. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They go play action with Hurts. And my goodness, another interception. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd down and 4. Throwing is Stafford. That'll be caught downfield by Bird. Touchdown, LA! Demir Bird, 62 yards. And the Rams continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big pickup of 38. They'll run with Sanders. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is when you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Elliott good with a PAT. And that cuts the lead to 24-10.
Rams 24, Eagles 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. A give up the middle to Akers. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
It's 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Here's Riley Dixon now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is taken at the 23. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are right back in this football game. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. And now here's another interception. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee, 32 yards. And the Rams are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth-quarter lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. They'll look to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's Hurts. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. Finding room in midfield. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. This is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert from 21 yards away. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Man open is Robinson. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Kaiser White. And the Eagles are right back in this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. It is picked up by the Eagles. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Elliott on for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Rams 31, Eagles 34.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
That's good for our Rams. First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Going right back to Akers. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll give this to Akers running right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 49 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings us 3rd and 3. Ready.
On the handoff, it's Akers. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, Catch.
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.